Welcome to the channel DUDR Academy. This video is the continuation of the question paper discussion of Kerala PSC Staff Nurse Grade 2 Insurance Medical Service Examination. I have already uploaded the part 1 of this video. You can watch it, and this is the second part. So let me start the first question. The angle of insertion for intradermal injection is? Options are 19, 25, 45, 15. The angle of insertion for intradermal injection. Correct answer is 15. So on comparison of angles of insertion shows that for intradermal injection it is 15 degree. For intradermal injection 15 degree. Then for subcutaneous injection it is 45 degree. And for intramuscular injection it is 90 degree. So here the question is for intradermal injection, correct answer is 15 degree. Second question, an example of topical administration of medication. Options given are instilling eardrops, giving intramuscular injection, giving through mouth, giving nebulization. An example of topical administration of medication. Correct answer is instilling eardrops. So what is topical administration? Topical administration of medication means it is a medication applied to body surfaces such as skin. And the topical medications may also be applied to tissues other than skin such as eye drops applied to conjunctiva, eardrops placed on ear, and medications applied to surface of tooth. So these are all examples of topical medications. And ear instillation is a solution of topical medicine prepared for administration into the ear canal. Medicines instilled into the ear is absorbed through the skin of ear canal and membranes of eardrum. So here the question is example of topical administration of medication. Correct answer is instilling eardrops. Next question, which part of the nursing process include the statements of the client's actual or potential problem? Which part of the nursing process include the statements of client's actual or potential problem? Options are assessment, implementation, nursing diagnosis, planning. Correct answer is nursing diagnosis. Nursing diagnosis is a statement of client's actual or potential responses to a health problem. It is a statement of client's actual or potential responses to a health problem. Actual problem means it is one that is perceived or experienced by the client. And potential problem is one for which the client is at risk. Potential problem means the problems for which the client is at risk is known as potential problems. So here the question is which part of the nursing process include the statements of client's actual or potential problem. So correct answer is nursing diagnosis. Next question. For a healthy adult, which vital sign indicate an abnormal finding? For a healthy adult, which vital sign indicate an abnormal finding? Options are blood pressure 120/80 mm of Hg, then pulse 60 beats per minute, respiration 14 breaths per minute, and temperature 38 degrees Celsius. For a healthy adult, which vital sign indicates an abnormal finding? Correct answer is temperature 38 degrees Celsius. So here we should know what is the normal vital sign ranges for average healthy adult. That is for BP it is 90/60 millimeters of mercury to 120/80 millimeters of mercury. That is the normal BP in a healthy adult, that is 90/60 to 120/80 millimeters of mercury. Here the question, the option given is 120/80 millimeters of mercury, so that is normal. Then what is the normal pulse rate? It is 60 to 100 beats per minute is the normal pulse rate. So here the option given is 60, pulse 60 beats per minute. It is also normal. Then for respiration, the normal value is 12 to 18 breaths per minute. Respiration or breathing, the normal value is 12 to 18 breaths per minute. So here the option given is 14 breaths per minute, and that is normal. Then temperature, what is a normal temperature? It is 97.8 degree Fahrenheit to 99.1 degree Fahrenheit is considered as a normal temperature. 97.8 to 99.1 can be considered as a normal value. So in degrees Celsius, it is 36.5 degrees Celsius to 37.2 degrees Celsius. 36.5 degrees Celsius to 37.2 degrees Celsius is considered as the normal range of temperature, normal value of temperature. So average we can take as 98.6 degree Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius can be taken as a normal temperature, normal body temperature. So here the option given is 38. 38 means it is increased, the temperature is increased. So it is not considered as normal finding. So here the abnormal finding is temperature 38 degrees Celsius. Next question. While applying suction to air passages, a suction attempt should not exceed more than. Options are 10 minutes, 10 to 15 seconds, 15 to 20 seconds, 5 minutes. Correct answer is 10 to 15 seconds. Suctioning is done to improve gas exchange, and suction catheters are used to help removal of the secretions from mouth and throat, then oropharynx, nasopharynx, through oral or nasal airways, endotracheal tubes or tracheostomy tubes. And the suction should not be applied for more than 10 to 15 seconds in adults. It should not be applied more than 10 to 15 seconds in adults. So here the answer is 10 to 15 seconds. Next question. The temperature of ear irrigation should be between options 40 to 41 degrees Celsius, 37 to 38 degrees Celsius, 33 to 34 degrees Celsius, 35 to 36 degrees Celsius. The temperature of ear irrigation should be between. Correct answer is 37 to 38 degrees Celsius. That is, if the temperature of the solution is not close to the client's body temperature, it will cause ear injury, nausea, vertigo and all. So the temperature of the solution should be 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. That means warming the ear irrigation solution to the body temperature helps to avoid vertigo, nausea and ear injury. So the temperature of the solution should be close to the client's body temperature, and here the correct answer is 37 to 38 degrees Celsius. Next question. Inflammation of the stomach is called. Options: stomatitis, gastritis, chelosis, enteritis. Correct answer is gastritis. Stomatitis is the inflammation of mucous membrane of mouth. Stomatitis is the inflammation of mucous membrane of mouth, and gastritis is the inflammation of stomach, and chelosis is the cracking and ulceration of lips and angles of mouth. Cracking and ulceration of lips and angles of mouth is known as chelosis, and enteritis is the inflammation of the small intestine. Next question. The type of enema given to destroy and expel the worms from the intestine. Options: stimulant enema, emollient enema, antihelminthic enema, oil enema. The type of enema given to destroy and expel the worms from the intestine. Correct answer is antihelminthic enema. Stimulant enema is given in treatment of shock and collapse. Then emollient enema, it is the introduction of bland solution into the rectum for purpose of checking diarrhea or soothing and relieving the irritation on an inflamed mucous membrane. To give a soothing and relieving the irritation on the inflamed mucous membrane, we are administering emollient enema. And oil enema, it is given to soften the fecal matter in case of severe constipation. It is used to, or it is given to soften the fecal matter in case of severe constipation. Next question, Florence Nightingale was born on. Options: May 12th, 1920, May 12th, 1820, May 12th, 1810, May 12th, 1830. Correct answer is May 12, 1820. Florence Nightingale was born on 12th May 1820, and International Nurses Day is celebrated on her birthday every year, and she is called the Lady with the Lamp, and she organized care for wounded soldiers during Crimean War. Next question, a cardiac patient suffers from dyspnea. Which bed is more comfortable for relieving dyspnea? Options: bed rest, cardiac bed, stump bed, occupied bed. Correct answer is cardiac bed. Cardiac bed means the bed required by a cardiac patient to ease the respiration of patient. That is, it make use of cardiac table to relieve dyspnea. Cardiac bed means here we make use of the cardiac table to relieve dyspnea. Then bed rest. Bed rest means confinement of a sick person to bed, and stump bed is the bed prepared for patients having amputated limbs. Stump bed is the bed prepared for patients having amputated limbs. That is, it facilitates the dressing of the stump. Stump bed is also known as amputation bed or divided bed. It is also known as amputation bed or divided bed. Next is occupied bed. Occupied bed is the bed that is made when the patient is not able or not permitted to get out of bed. That means when the patient is already occupied in bed, that is known as occupied bed. So here the question is for relieving dyspnea. The type of bed given is cardiac bed. Next question. For intramuscular injection, the angle of insertion is. Options: 90 degree, 45 degree, 30 degree, 80 degree. Correct answer is 90 degree. For intramuscular injections, the angle of insertion is 90 degree. The act of striking the body surface to elicit sounds that can be heard or vibrations that can be felt is. Options are inspection, palpation, percussion, auscultation. The act of striking the body surface to elicit sounds that can be heard or vibrations that can be felt. Correct answer is percussion. Physical assessment or physical examination, the different techniques include: first is the inspection. Inspection means the close and careful visualization of a person as a whole and of each body system. And palpation is the examination of body using sense of touch. And percussion is the act of striking the body surface to elicit sounds that can be heard or vibrations that can be felt. And auscultation means listening to the sounds produced by body using stethoscope. Next question. A clinical judgment about individual, family or community responses to actual or potential health problems or life process is. Options: nursing, diagnosis, assessment, implementation, evaluation. Correct answer is nursing diagnosis. Nursing diagnosis is the clinical judgment about the individual, family or community responses to actual or potential health problems. The position in which the patient lies on his back, head of bed lowered and the foot raised in a straight incline is. Options are Fowler's position, Sims position, lithotomy, Trendelenburg. Correct answer is Trendelenburg. Trendelenburg position means the position in which the patient lies on his back and head of the bed is lowered and the foot raised in a straight incline. Fowler's position. Fowler's position is a standard patient position in which the patient is seated in a semi-sitting position. The patient is seated in a semi-sitting position and the knees may be either bent or straight. Then Sims position is also called semi-prone position, and it enables the examination of back and rectum. This is a semi-prone position. Then lithotomy position is often used during childbirth and surgery in pelvic area. It is often used in childbirth and surgery in pelvic area. It involves lying on back with leg flexed 90 degree at your hip. It involves lying on back with legs flexed 90 degree. So here the answer is Trendelenburg position is a position in which the patient lies on his back with head of the bed lowered and foot is raised. So thank you for watching the video. Hope you all like this video. Also share to your friends.